Welcome to another deep dive into the world of AI, this time focusing on AI's growing role in scientific discovery.
Sounds fascinating.
We'll be exploring a recent research paper titled Towards an AI Co-Scientist.
Published just last week on February 18th, 2025.
This paper makes a bold claim.
An AI system capable of acting as a genuine co-scientist, accelerating research and potentially leading to groundbreaking discoveries.
So let's start with the basics. What exactly is an AI co-scientist?
Well, it's not about replacing human scientists.
More like a collaboration.
Precisely. This AI is designed to work alongside human scientists.
How does that work in practice?
Imagine giving this AI a research goal, but in plain language.
So no complex coding or algorithms.
Exactly. The AI can then sift through massive amounts of scientific literature, synthesize information, and generate testable hypotheses.
That's impressive, but how is it different from a simple search engine?
What sets this system apart is its ability to explain its reasoning
So it can justify its suggestions.
and cite relevant literature, making its suggestions transparent and understandable to human collaborators.
It sounds like this AI system is designed to mimic the scientific process itself.
You're right, the AI co-scientist utilizes a multi-agent architecture.
Multiple agents, what does that mean?
Different AI agents work together much like a team of human researchers.
So a collaborative AI team.
Exactly. There's the generation agent, which proposes initial hypotheses.
Based on the research goal and the information gathered.
Then there's the reflection agent, which critically reviews these hypotheses.
Evaluating them for novelty, plausibility, and safety.
We also have the ranking agent, which conducts simulated scientific debates between hypotheses.
To compare and rank them based on strengths and weaknesses.
And finally, the evolution agent refines and improves the most promising hypotheses based on feedback from the other agents.
So it's a continuous process of refinement.
The system operates continuously and asynchronously, meaning it can refine its output over time as new information becomes available.
To validate these capabilities, the researchers tested the AI co-scientist on 3 real-world biomedical challenges.
A crucial step to demonstrate its practical applications.
The first challenge was drug repurposing.
Specifically finding new uses for existing drugs.
In the treatment of acute myeloid leukemia, or AML.
The AI co-scientist identified drugs with existing preclinical evidence for AML treatment.
And it didn't stop there.
It also proposed completely novel drug candidates.
So potentially brand new drugs.
One intriguing suggestion was binimetinib,
Which is?
an existing drug identified as having remarkable potency against AML.
Did they test this prediction?
Laboratory tests confirmed the AI's prediction. Binimetinib showed remarkable potency against AML, exceeding initial expectations.
So this AI system can potentially uncover hidden potential in existing drugs.
Paving the way for faster drug development and potentially more effective treatments.
The second challenge focused on novel target discovery.
Finding new biological targets for treating liver fibrosis, a serious condition with limited treatment options.
So challenging area of research.
The AI co-scientists identified 3 promising epigenetic targets.
Targets that hadn't been previously considered.
And drugs targeting 2 of these epigenetic targets showed significant antifibrotic effects in lab-grown human liver organoids.
Demonstrating the AI's ability to identify valuable targets for further research.
And for drug development.
The third challenge involved understanding how bacteria evolve resistance to antibiotics.
Focusing on CFP-CIIs, or capsid-forming phage-indicible chromosomal islands.
These genetic elements can transfer between bacteria carrying genes that confer resistance to antibiotics.
Understanding how they work is crucial for developing strategies to combat drug-resistant bacteria.
So the researchers tasked the AI co-scientist with exploring CF-POR-ICIs.
And generating hypotheses about their existence across multiple bacterial species.
This seems like a very complex challenge.
It requires a deep understanding of bacterial genetics and evolution.
And what were the results?
In just 2 days, the AI co-scientists independently generated the same hypothesis that human researchers had spent years validating experimentally.
That's quite remarkable.
It suggests that AI co-scientists can not only accelerate research, but also make genuine scientific discoveries.
Achieving in a matter of days what might take human researchers years to accomplish.
It certainly raises questions about the potential impact of such technology.
On the pace and scope of scientific discovery.
The potential benefits of AI co-scientists working alongside human researchers are vast.
They could accelerate scientific discovery, democratize access to scientific knowledge, and tackle complex global challenges.
Challenges like drug resistance, emerging diseases, and climate change.
The potential of AI co-scientists to revolutionize research is clear.
However, we also need to consider the implications and challenges.
Of integrating such advanced technology into the scientific process.
Precisely. That's where responsible development and oversight come in.
You're right, we need to address the potential for misuse, especially in sensitive areas like scientific research. How can we ensure that these AI co-scientists are used for good and not for harmful purposes?
Human oversight is paramount.
Throughout the research process.
From start to finish, from defining the research goals to evaluating the hypotheses generated by the AI, we need clear guidelines and regulations to prevent misuse.
Guidelines and regulations to ensure responsible use. What specific measures can be put in place?
Transparency is crucial.
You mean in terms of how the AI systems operate?
The AI co-scientist we're discussing has a significant advantage here.
Because it can explain its reasoning and cite sources.
Exactly. This transparency allows scientists to understand how the AI arrived at its conclusions.
Fostering trust and enabling responsible evaluation of its insights. What about the development of these AI co-scientists? What ethical considerations should be prioritized?
The design process needs to incorporate ethical principles right from the start. Fairness, accountability, and transparency are essential.
So integrating ethical frameworks into the design and deployment of these AI systems.
Collaboration is key here.
Key.
Governments, funding agencies, research institutions, and individual scientists all need to work together
to establish ethical guidelines and foster responsible AI innovation.
Let's dive a bit deeper into the technical aspects of this AI co-scientist.
We touched on the multi-agent architecture earlier. Could you elaborate on how his agents work together?
It all starts with a research goal.
Defined by a human scientist.
And expressed in natural language.
So, no need for specialized coding or algorithms.
The system then analyzes this goal
to extract key information.
The desired attributes of a hypothesis, any constraints or limitations, and criteria for evaluating hypothesis quality.
And then this information guides the AI agents.
The first stage involves a comprehensive analysis of the scientific literature.
So like a very thorough literature review.
The AI co-scientist uses its advanced search capabilities to identify relevant publications.
Extracting information, synthesizing findings, pinpointing knowledge gaps.
Based on this analysis, the generation agent proposes initial hypotheses.
Providing scientists with potential avenues for research. What happens next?
These hypotheses are then rigorously evaluated.
By the reflection agent.
It acts as a critical reviewer checking for novelty, plausibility, and safety.
Ensures that the hypotheses are scientifically sound and worth pursuing.
But it goes beyond that.
In what way?
The reflection agent also considers the safety and ethical implications.
Checks for potential risks.
The possibility of dual-use technologies, the creation of harmful substances, that sort of thing.
And if a hypothesis passes this initial screening?
The reflection agent conducts a deep verification process.
Delving deeper into the supporting evidence.
Looking for limitations, biases, alternative explanations, any contradictory finding.
To make sure the hypothesis is robust and well supported.
Now imagine two AI agents, each championing a different hypothesis.
Engaging in a debate.
They challenge each other's assumptions, highlight strengths and weaknesses. It's like a simulated scientific debate.
That's fascinating. What's the purpose of these debates?
They allow for further evaluation of the hypotheses.
Refinement of arguments.
And they provide valuable feedback to the evolution agent.
Which uses these insights to further refine and improve the hypothesis.
And throughout this entire process, the human scientist is actively involved.
So it's a true collaboration.
The AI co-scientist is designed for a scientist-in-the-loop paradigm.
Meaning?
The human scientist can provide feedback at every stage. Add their own insights, guide the direction of the research.
They can provide feedback on the generated hypotheses, suggest additional literature to consider.
Or even introduce entirely new hypotheses based on their own expertise.
It's a dynamic back and forth between the AI and the human scientist.
But ultimately, the human scientist makes the final decisions.
About which hypotheses to pursue experimentally.
While the AI offers suggestions, the human scientist considers factors like the feasibility of the experiments,
available resources, and the potential impact of the research.
Now, evaluating the performance of such a system is complex.
You can't just measure success by the number of hypotheses generated.
Exactly. The researchers used a multifaceted approach,
combining automated metrics with expert assessments and real-world experimental validation.
One key metric is novelty.
The ability to generate new and original hypotheses.
But it can't just be novel,
It has to be plausible
meaning supported by existing evidence.
and feasible.
Testable with current experimental techniques and resources.
And ultimately, what's the potential impact?
Will it advance our understanding of a particular field? So they applied the AI co-scientists to those three real-world challenges.
Drug repurposing, novel target discovery, and understanding antimicrobial resistance.
And the results were promising. The hypotheses generated led to successful experiments.
Demonstrating the practical potential of this AI co-scientist. But like any new technology, it has its limitations.
One limitation is the reliance on existing language models and web search tools.
These tools are powerful, but they have their flaws.
They can be prone to errors, biases, and limitations in the data they access,
And language models can sometimes generate nonsensical output.
which is often referred to as hallucination.
These limitations highlight the need for continuous improvement of the underlying technologies.
Another limitation is the AI's current inability to handle certain types of complex scientific reasoning,
Such as?
reasoning about spatial relationships or understanding dynamic systems.
So while it excels at tasks like literature review and hypothesis generation,
It struggles with tasks that require a deeper understanding of the physical world.
or the ability to reason about cause and effect over time,
The research paper outlines several exciting directions for future research.
such as
Improving the AI co-scientist's ability to work with more than just scientific literature.
what other data sources could be integrated?
Think experimental data sets, clinical records, real-time sensor data from laboratory instruments.
Providing a more comprehensive view for the AI.
Another critical area is developing better ways to evaluate the performance of these AI co-scientists.
You're right, novelty, plausibility, feasibility, those are good starting points, but might not capture the full picture.
We need new metrics that look at the AI's ability to generate hypotheses that lead to successful experiments.
And its ability to identify truly novel research directions.
How much does it actually contribute to the efficiency and productivity of the research process? Those are the questions we need to be asking.
This paper, Towards an AI Co-Scientist, really is just the beginning. It paints a fascinating picture of the future.
A future where AI co-scientists and human researchers work side by side to accelerate scientific progress and tackle those big global challenges.
It makes you wonder, though, what will the role of human scientists be in this future?
It's not about replacing human scientists.
More about augmenting their capabilities.
AI can take care of the time-consuming tasks like reviewing tons of literature, analyzing data, designing experiments.
Freeing up human scientists to focus on the big picture thinking.
Creativity, intuition, critical thinking, those uniquely human skills will become even more important.
This collaboration could really revolutionize how research is done. Imagine exploring massive data sets, identifying patterns we might miss, generating hypotheses on a scale we've never seen before.
And doing it all at a much faster pace.
This means scientific training needs to adapt, too.
Future scientists will need a strong foundation in computational thinking, data science, AI principles.
A new generation of scientists ready to work seamlessly with these powerful AI tools.
And as we move forward, we can't forget the ethical and societal implications.
Responsible use, preventing misuse, ensuring everyone has access to these technologies.
It's a collective effort involving scientists, policymakers, industry leaders. Everyone has a role to play.
It's a truly fascinating time for scientific discovery. AI co-scientists are a powerful new tool with incredible potential.
A potential to accelerate progress, address those complex global challenges, and ultimately improve lives.
This has been a thought-provoking deep dive into the world of AI co-scientists. We've covered a lot of ground today, from the technical details to the broader implications. Thank you for joining us on this journey.